When they say religion has become a problem to Nigeria, I don't believe it's religion that became a problem. It's about how people perceive religion and have decided to paint it. Now, you cannot say that if a man and his wife are fasting and they cannot come together to have, to have sex, you can't say that. You cannot also tell your husband or your wife, because I'm fasting, I cannot do certain things. It has to be an agreement. Now, before you get into a point where you start making decisions when it comes to marriage, it's two of you. You cannot be the one doing the talking and agreeing. If you are able to break your fast and eat, I don't understand why you want the other side of your relationship to suffer. Now, if you can stay without doing that, why do you think your husband or wife should do that? I hope people are understanding this. I know that this video is coming at a very late timing because I'd procrastinated shooting this video. I usually do these videos during the fasting period. And the Bible says that before you fast, you should be able to tell your partner, oh, I'm about to embark on a fast. And your partner needs to agree. This is the point people don't take into consideration. You don't just wake up and start fasting without your partner agreeing. And then you say it is a spiritual matter. You spiritualize everything. At the end of the day, it brings crack into your marriage. Why not discuss and have an agreement? So I see people do this. People will say, oh, I'm fasting, my wife came and did this and that, I'm fasting, my husband is not supposed. You keep feeling that they are supposed to know what you are doing when you have not communicated. Healthy communication is very, very important in marriage. Like I used to tell people, I used to tell people this: communication is to marriage what blood is to a human being. You know very well that without blood, as a human being, you are dead. You cannot survive. You are not alive. A lot will happen, a lot of complication. Like you are a human being losing blood. You know what that means? It's the same thing in marriage. When you do not communicate to your partner the right way, healthy communication. I'm not talking about communication where you are shouting. Like you are talking to your spouse. Let it get to a point where you and your spouse are having a conversation and you can be quarreling, but your kids think you're having a conversation. If you get to that point, it means two of you know you have a chemistry and you understand what you are in that union for. So your partner tells you a thing and you are not waiting to respond in anger. You are waiting to understand. In communication, a healthy communication is when you listen to what your partner is saying and you are able to assimilate, you are able to understand, and the comprehension is there for you to now respond. And you think to say that is when your partner is talking, is not the right time for you to start speaking, because it will result to unhealthy communication. So if you are going on a fast and you are very spiritual, the truth is, in the Bible they say it's better for you to stay single if you know you can stay single. But if you know you cannot stay single, it's better for you to marry, right? But in this case where you are married and you are now telling your partner to be like you, then that's the problem, because you guys came together to complement each other. Your bodies are your body is for your spouse, your spouse's body is for you. So when you come up with all this, oh, I'm very spiritual, when I'm fasting I don't need to do my wifely duties, I don't need to do my husband duty, that's the problem. Have your partner agreed to that fast you are going on? If the church is saying that you should fast for 50 days, are you aware that your spouse, your partner, is supposed to agree to it? Because if you're saying that you are following what the church is saying, then there's going to be problem in that home and the church is not going to help you. The best thing for you to do is to ensure that everything you are doing is in alignment with your partner. I see a lot of people are in marriage and the next thing they are leaving that marriage, and you find out, when you hear from both sides, you find out that they are having conversations. Hold conversations with an open mind. Listen to each other. There are times that they say, listen to what your spouse is saying and what they are not saying. There are times your spouse is, very quiet and they are naturally not as quiet as that. You find out why they are being so quiet. Most times it's a personal thing they are dealing with. But let me tell you something about marriage. There is no personal thing in marriage, and that is why it's a union. There is no personal thing in marriage. When you have problems, you share with your partner. And I know another thing is, a lot of partners do not pay attention. They are not patient enough to listen to their partners when they are going through a lot. I see this a lot. Your wife is grieving, like your wife is not happy, and then you see her and pass. Like, who does that? Is that how you are trained? You ask her what the problem is. Your husband is sad. You find out from him why he's sad, because you guys are in that union together, and that is why it is called marriage. When the Bible says that the two shall become one, what do you think the Bible was trying to say? Of course, you know, in normal mathematics, 1 + 1 is equals to 2. But in marriage, the two shall become one. So if you are really one, you should know that your problem is your partner's problem. Your partner's problem is your problem. So when you are embarking on any spiritual thing, whether it is fasting, whether you are going for a retreat, you need to speak with your spouse. And I hear a man of God who was saying that he had bought a car for his wife and the wife was being ungrateful. The wife said, no, I wasn't being ungrateful. This car you went to buy, you took the whole day and you knew you were going back to Nigeria. And we needed to spend quality time. There are people that need to understand the 5 love languages to be able to work hand in hand in that marriage. It is not enough for you to be married. It is more work. More work comes in when you find out from each other what the problem is and you are able to solve it. Stop assuming. Assumptions have brought a lot of problems in different marriages. There are some marriages that broke up, and when you sit down to find out what really broke them up, you are like, no, this is a regular thing in marriage. That's because there was no communication. There was no healthy communication. When in communication, there are different, criteria or different branches to it. You listen, you do not interrupt, you understand, and then you respond. And then one day I remembered I had called my husband for a meeting, because if you know me and you know me talking about marriage, I've always loved to call meetings. I call my children for meetings, I call my husband for meetings. In fact, we call meetings more than some organizations. So because in that calling of meeting, it's easier for you to say what is on your mind, right? And always listen to your spouse when they are trying to air what's in their mind, because sometimes some spouses are always in a haste. And your wife is talking to you, your husband is talking to you, and you're talking and responding and moving. It is a very wrong way to communicate. And when I like the fact that when I am communicating to my spouse, I tell him, this is this I'm thinking, or I want to do, or I think you didn't do this and I didn't like this thing you did. I like the fact that he will take it in and then respond. And in responding also, you have to have a very normal tone in responding. You don't use harsh words, you don't tap your feet, you're not reading a book, you're not pressing your phone. You are listening so that you will know what to respond to. And when you are responding, do not come with attacks. Because I know that some people, attacks is their best form of defense, but usually it does not end well, right? Attack should never be your best form of defense when you are having a conversation with your partner. And I thought I should do this because the fasting is ending for some people today. Some have ended yesterday. Some will end their fast. When you want to fast, ask your partner, speak to your partner, let them give you the go-ahead.